Some people believe in a strange myth that they shouldn't do anything unless they have the perfect plan. They think that if there's any gap of understanding, any uncomfortable uncertainty, if there's a risk of failure, then the wise thing is to wait. But this mindset could be a trap. The truth is, a half baked, imperfect, or even an unfinished plan is better than no plan at all. The person who refuses to move forward without a perfect plan gains absolutely nothing. They don't advance. They don't learn. They don't build experience, collect wisdom, or gain perspective. They sit still while life keeps moving around them. Meanwhile, the person with a rough draft of a plan, something simple, perhaps clunky, maybe even shaky, at least take steps forward. They bump into problems, they gather information, they adapt, and they grow stronger. Of course, what I'm not encouraging here is just reckless living. It's not wise to jump into things without thoughtfulness, without prayer, without counsel. The Bible commends wise planning. You should still seek advice from wise friends. You should still do your homework. You should pray for clarity, and you should think critically. But after all that, you won't ever have every answer. You won't eliminate every risk. There comes a point where you have to act with the light that you have been given. Some people refuse to act out of fear of failure, fear of looking foolish, fear of the unknown. Others refuse to act out of pride, believing they must have a flawless strategy before they can dare step out. Both fear or arrogance lead to the same dead end, paralysis. Real life isn't lived in perfection, it's lived in motion. Nearly all good plans will have weaknesses that you cannot see from the starting line. But action teaches you what theory never will. The movement itself refines the plan. And God often meets us not while we're sitting still, but while we're stepping out in faith. Think about Peter stepping out of the boat in Matthew 14. His plan wasn't perfect, and his faith absolutely was not perfect. He started to sink. But Peter experienced something that the others in the boat never did. He walked on water with Jesus. He cried out to Christ and was rescued by him in a personal and unforgettable way. The others stayed dry, and they stayed unchanged. Peter stumbled, but he grew. Between doing nothing and demanding perfect knowledge is a middle ground, the simple, humble act of doing something with the wisdom that you currently have. It may not be flawless, it may feel scary, but it will not turn out perfectly. But God can work with people who move in faith. You can't steer a parked car. Don't live your life waiting for all the lights to turn green before you leave your driveway. Don't be captured by paralysis or procrastination. Make the best plan you can, surround it with prayer and counsel, and then step forward, even if your plan looks messy. An imperfect plan is better than no plan at all.